Hey cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. Cats are creatures of habit, which make it difficult for cat owners to implement changes to their lifestyles, especially dietary changes. Our feline friends are very picky about the menu, and they typically dislike changes to their diets. However, many situations necessitate a diet change, leaving many cat owners in a tough situation. But by devising a plan beforehand and having a lot of patience, you can switch your cat's diet fairly easily. As a quick disclaimer, this is not medical advice. Instead, it is simply meant to be a helpful guide. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel for more cat videos. Now let's discuss all you need to know about changing your cat's diet, as well as a strategic plan on how to do so. Reasons for switching a cat's diet. There are lots of reasons for switching a cat's diet, from natural changes in nutritional needs, to health changes, to pregnancy. Even if your cat is doing perfectly fine on its current diet, you may find yourself in a situation where you have to change it due to discontinuations or recalls. Now let's go over some potential reasons for a diet change. Number 1. Aging. One of the most common reasons for changing a cat's diet is to keep up with its changing nutritional needs as it ages. The proper diet for a kitten is different from an adult cat's, and an adult cat's diet is different from an elderly cat's. Kittens need more calories and nutrients than adult cats because they experience rapid growth and development as they transition into maturity. Their diet should reflect this. Once kittens reach 10 to 12 months of age, they should switch to an adult diet. They no longer need as many calories, and a high amount of calories can be adverse for their health as it can lead to unhealthy weight gain. A healthy adult cat should stay on a proper diet until it is around 7 to 10 years old. At that point, you should begin transitioning your cat to a diet more suitable for an elderly cat. Consult your veterinarian to see if it's time to put your cat on a senior diet. Elderly cats often need more support in the form of extra nutrients to boost their immune systems and overall strength. As your cat continues to age, you may need to alter its diet even further. Cats are considered to be geriatric once they are 15 years or older. At this point, you should ask your vet what updates should be made to your cat's diet. Number 2. Changes in health. Throughout your cat's life, you should be going to an annual checkup at your veterinarian's office. At this checkup, your vet will review your cat's weight, growth, and overall health. Your vet may suggest dietary changes if your cat is over or underweight or nutritionally deficient in any way. If your vet recommends a diet change, it is vital to listen to their recommendations. Your vet may also offer advice or suggest a plan to switch your cat onto a new diet, and you should follow it. Number 3. Pregnancy. Pregnancy is a major life event, and it necessitates a change in diet. If your cat is pregnant, speak to your veterinarian about a new diet plan. During your cat's pregnancy and while it is nursing, it needs energy-dense foods. Pregnant cats need more calcium and protein than they usually would. Make sure to provide your pregnant cat with high-quality cat food that can meet all of its nutritional requirements. After all, your mama cat needs the nutrients for both herself and her kittens. Pregnant cats will also eat more than usual, so you will need to invest in an increased amount of food. It is normal for pregnant cats to gain weight, but make sure to regularly check in with your vet throughout the pregnancy to make sure she is healthy. You will also want to switch your cat onto dry food if possible, as dry food has more calories than wet food. If your cat doesn't like dry food, try mixing wet and dry food as a compromise. If your pregnant cat is eating only dry food, make sure to provide her with lots of water to keep her hydrated. Proper nutrition is very important for a pregnant cat, and it is important to watch your cat's health and weight. Your vet will provide all the information you need to keep your cat on a healthy diet during her pregnancy and while she is nursing. Number 4. Recall or discontinuation of current food. Sometimes you may be forced to change your cat's diet if your current cat food is recalled or discontinued. If this is the case, it's a good idea to find a similar formula to the old cat food. This will make the transition as easy as possible for your cat. You should try to keep the main ingredients and the texture as similar as possible. Try to find a new food with the same type of meat, the same flavor, and the same main ingredients as the original. While your cat is likely to notice a difference no matter what, keeping it as close as possible is key to getting your cat to accept the new food. Cats tend to be picky when it comes to the texture of their foods. If your old cat food had chunks or lots of gravy, find a new food with a similar composition. Hopefully, you can find cat food with similar qualities to the old food so that your cat won't be too hesitant about switching. Even if you can't find a perfect match, your cat is sure to appreciate the effort. Understanding cat formula. It can be difficult to find the right formula for your cat, especially because of complicated nutritional labels and ever-changing recommendations. To properly evaluate a cat food, you'll need to look closely at its ingredient list and consider the nutrients. There are some guidelines established by the Association of American Feed Control Officials that you can use to inform your decision. Look for foods with an AAFCO certification, which indicates that the food is approved by the association to be nutritionally satisfactory. If the product advertises meat as the main ingredient, it must make up up 95% of the product. Cats are obligate carnivores, so their diet must be meat-based. Regardless of what food you choose, you need to ensure that the main ingredient is meat. There are lots of different kinds of meats used in cat foods, the most common being beef, poultry, chicken, fish, turkey, etc. When looking at an ingredient list, note that they are ranked by weight. The ingredients that make up the most weight of the product will be listed first. Usually this will be the meat product. Aside from the protein that comes from the meat in the food, you should ensure that the food also provides your cat with enough nutrients. Your vet best understands your cat's health and nutritional needs, so they will be able to make the most curated, suitable diet plan for your cat. Your vet may give you specific brands or formula recommendations, or they may give you a list of criteria for potential foods. This makes your job as a cat guardian much easier. Options for diet changes. When it comes to changing your cat's diet, there are a few different options you can choose from. Some diet changes may be very slight, such as a change in brand, while others may be a complete alteration. Next, we'll discuss some of the more significant changes you can make to a cat's diet, including rotational diets and a change in food type. Always consult your vet before making significant changes to your cat's diet. Rotational diets. Some cat owners may find that a rotational diet works best for them and their cats. A rotational diet, unlike a traditional diet, does not restrict your cat to one kind of food. Many cat owners prefer a rotational diet as they feel it reduces boredom and introduces variety to their feline friend. It also prevents a cat from getting too used to a certain type of food. After all, wouldn't you get bored of eating the same thing all the time? As we've discussed, cats need to go through multiple diet changes in their lives. Cats who have eaten the same food for years will find it more difficult to transition onto a new diet. Those who implement a rotational diet will change the kind of food on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis. To start a cat on a rotational diet, follow the steps for a traditional diet change, which we'll explain shortly. Some cats may be more tolerant of food changes than others, so you'll need to adjust the transition based on your cat's response. Wet, dry, or semi-moist foods. The main three kinds of commercial cat foods are wet, dry, and semi-moist foods. Whether it be for health reasons or your cat's preference, you may find yourself having to change the type of food your cat is eating at some point or another. If you are changing the type of food that your cat is eating, the transition may be more difficult as it is a complete change in texture. The best way to transition your cat from one kind of food to another is to do it gradually. However, it is also important to note that all dry diets are typically not recommended as they lack the same nutritional value and hydration that wet or semi-moist foods provide. But of course, every cat is different. You should talk with your vet before changing from wet to dry or vice versa to see if it's the best option for your feline friend. Steps in changing a cat's diet. The best way to change your cat's diet is to do it gradually for 7 days. For older cats, this should be extended to 10 days as their digestive systems can be more sensitive to change. The following is a breakdown of how to transition your cat to a new diet in 7 days. This plan involves mixing your cat's current food with the new food, so make sure to plan accordingly so you don't run out of the old food. First, on days 1 and 2, you want to create a mixture of 75% old food and 25% new food. Then on days 3 and 4, the mixture should be half and half, with 50% old and 50% new food. Then on days 5 and 6, the mixture should be 25% old food and 75% new food. Then lastly, on day 7, you should be at 100% new food, if the transition has been going smoothly. If you are doing a 10-day transition for an older cat, you can reduce the amount of new food to an increase of 10% each day. So 10% new food on day 1, 20% new food on day 2, 30% new food on day 3, and so on. Or you can do 25% new food for days 1 through 3, 50% new food for days 4 through 6, and 75% new foods for days 7 through 9. It is important to watch your cat's reaction to the food to make sure that your cat is digesting the new food properly and is adapting well. If your cat is not eating the new food or is having digestive issues like diarrhea or vomiting, you'll need to extend the duration of the transition. Spend a few more days on each step to make sure that your cat is adjusting to the new food properly. It may take some time, so it's important to be patient. Some cats may take more than 2 weeks to adopt a new diet. If your cat is refusing to eat for an extended period, consult with your vet. Now it's time for Cat of the Week. This video's Cat of the Week is Rue. Her guardian says, Rue is now 2 years old and was born without front arms. How she survived until she was found is unclear, and she was taken in to be euthanized, but the shelter knew of a foster who could help her. She hops like a kangaroo and nothing stops her. She can climb a flight of stairs in seconds, but the challenge is she can't come back down. Congratulations, Rue. Keep being pawsome and never give up. To enter your cat for a chance to be featured, visit the entry link in the description box below. So, did any of these tips help? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up because it helps other cat lovers find our content. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next Catterday for another video.